Hello everyone, welcome to a tutorial on blood regeneration, health, thirst and hunger. This is a bit of a narrated tutorial, so I'm just going to, in the background, I'm just playing a little bit of footage that I recorded for this tutorial. It's just basically me looting a small area in the flats north of Generous. So basically what I see happen now when people first spawn in is, and I did exactly the same thing, you get your inventory up, it says you're thirsty, you find yourself a drink, you have a drink, the thirst indicator disappears and you feel very happy with yourself. Everyone does it. However, when you actually spawn in, both your water levels or your thirst and your food levels or your hunger are extremely and dangerously low. To get your food and hunger up to a decent level so that you're healthy, you have to drink an awful lot and you have to eat an awful lot as well. And only when you're in a healthy state will your blood start to regenerate if you lose blood. So we'll talk a little bit about blood first of all. Blood is one of the bodily stats of the player in DayZ Standalone. The major stat that affects a survivor's ability to survive is now his or her health. So you really need your health bar up in the inventory. A good healthy state's basically achieved when you're well fed and you're well hydrated. Now, of course, you can lose blood by a variety of ways: gunshot wounds, melee weapons, zombie attacks, poisoning, thirst, hunger, etc. In an emergency, of course, you might have a friend or a colleague, or you might find some nice person, and if they've got the correct equipment, then blood can be replaced from a blood bag or a saline bag. Now, in the standalone, both of these things do have problems unless you know exactly what you're doing and exactly what you've got. Blood bags, if you've received the wrong blood type, you're going to get a blood coagulation reaction and your character's going to die. Saline bags, again, really useful, but saline bags will increase your blood somewhat, but not up to maximum levels. To get your blood back up to a maximum level, you do need natural regeneration. So longer term treatment of low health and insufficient blood should include the player trying to stay well fed and well hydrated throughout play so they can naturally regenerate blood when things go wrong. So there's no indication of the actual blood levels in standalone, nothing in the HUD, so the blood levels are assumed by certain symptoms when you're looking at the screen. So if your blood levels are high, you've got a clear, well saturated vision, see into the distance, see details, see objects nice and clearly. If your blood levels are moderate, you can see slightly less saturated colours on the screen. You may exhibit or experience some blurry vision, but you can still see in the far distance. If you've got moderate blood loss, if you've got low blood, then you may actually randomly fall unconscious. There'll be an obvious amount of desaturation of colours. You may experience blurry vision with some reduced ability to see at longer distances. If there's severe blood loss, you can actually easily fall unconscious. You may wake up again. I have done that in the past, but the unconsciousness thing's a bit glitchy at the moment, and it seems to be that some people just never seem to wake up from being in an unconscious state. If you've got severe blood loss, there is little or no saturation of colours. It's pretty much black and white. You will experience sort of significant amounts of blurred vision and won't be able to distinguish objects more than about 50 meters away. So to regenerate your blood, you've got to keep well energized and well hydrated, as I keep repeating. And you can only do that through eating and drinking. Now, there are some figures bandied about on videos and on wiki and things, and as far as I can ascertain, and I can't swear to these figures of course, your blood will start to regenerate when your energy levels are above around 3,500 and when your water levels are above around 2,500, 300. So when your energy levels are above 3,500, your water's above about 2,500, 3,000, you'll be in a healthy state and you will start to regenerate blood over time. The only way to tell if your blood is getting really low is when you get those symptoms in the bottom left part of the screen. So when your water goes below about 2000, your survivor starts seeing messages like I feel tired, run down, worn out, taking a nap, my mouth feels dry, I feel thirsty, I'm thirsty, I need a drink, I feel like having a drink, I want to drink something, etc. Some of the messages do tend to overlap the hunger ones, but I think that's just needs smoothing out at the moment. Now, if your water falls below 1000, your survivor does actually begin to dehydrate, and he or she will see sort of more urgent type messages like my mouth feels dry, my head pounds, my head throbs, my head hurts, I feel dizzy, I feel lighthearted, I feel faint, I feel unsteady, I feel exhausted, I feel extremely tired, etc., etc. And if your water actually falls to 0, you will see the message, I'm dying of dehydration. You will die quite rapidly through health and blood loss once your water falls to 0, and you've got to drink really, really quickly. As far as food's concerned, it's a fairly similar story as far as the symptoms are concerned. This time, if your hunger energy levels get below about 600 units, then your survivor sees the messages like I feel tired, I feel run down, worn out, taking a nap, stomach grumbles, I feel hungry, I want to eat something, etc. If your energy levels get below around 300 units, then the survivor does begin to starve, and he'll see again more urgent messages like the water meter, things like I'm extremely hungry, my stomach grumbles violently, I'm starving, I feel exhausted, I'm extremely tired, my head pounds, my head throbs, my head hurts, I feel dizzy, I feel lightheaded, faint, unsteady, my stomach grumbles, I feel hungry, etc., etc. If your energy levels fall below 100, the survivor will see the message I'm dying of starvation and will start to lose health and blood over time. In fact, again, quite rapidly. If you want to check if you are starving or dying through dehydration, open the inventory screen and it will be there in front of you in red. So basically the remedy to all these things is eat and drink. But different food types and different fluids will have different effects on your energy and water levels. Some foods increase energy a great deal. Things like rice, powdered milk, they are full of energy and will boost your energy levels massively. Things like crunching crisps are good as well. However, these dry types of food, they will also dehydrate you when you're eating them, so it's good. You really need to have a drink at the same time as you're eating these types of food, or you're going to end up dehydrated and then dying of water loss, blah blah blah. Canned foods, tuna, beans, things like that, they'll give you a decent amount of energy, and they'll also give you some fluid, some water at the same time, as you would sort of in real life. Things like fruit will give you a small amount of energy and some water as well. As far as the fluids are concerned, I can only really think of the pop, the fizzy drinks that you can get in the game. They'll provide you with a small boost of energy if you need a small boost of energy, and provide you with a reasonable amount of water, sort of a few mouthfuls of water as well. The best water sources, though, of course, are the freshwater ponds scattered throughout the map, and the wells that are also scattered throughout the map, mainly in towns, but you can find a few of those wells outside towns away from built up areas as well, if you learn to know where they are, or check the map, the DayZ map that's online as well for that. So that's about it. So the take home message is eat and drink shitloads. Oh, I did forget to mention, don't eat and drink so much that you make yourself ill. That can happen, and it's a mistake that a lot of people do make. So don't overfeed yourself, but feed yourself and drink enough to make yourself healthy, and then if you're healthy, you will regenerate your blood. So I hope you've learned something from this tutorial and enjoyed the little bit of gameplay that's been playing in the background. If you've got anything to add to this, then please comment it below so that you can help everyone else out that might view this video. Please do comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.